Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Jojo
and Shruti.
So we're here. It has arrived.
Yes, we're here. Finally.
It has arrived. Yeah.
After waiting and many like false alarms. Finally, it's here.
Yeah. This is standard MO, na? It's there's something to be said for the style of dropping tracks.
Seemingly so, yes.
Fully shocking. So that aside, we are a little, I don't know about you, but I am a little apprehensive about continuing with this beef. But like I said, last time shuru kiya hai, so we will end it because we got too much hate in the last video. And so we have a few things to say about that. If you are not interested in that, you can skip ahead. But I thought at first that there's no point addressing the hate because it just says what we already knew, that people just come to hear praise for their artists. But then I thought there are actual genuine viewers who've been on the channel for long who also felt there was a little bit of bias in our reaction. So I thought, we should explain things to them. At least they deserve that much, hai na?
Let's have a conversation about it.
So here's the deal. After I edited, uploaded, it was out. Shruti hadn't seen it because I edited, and there were, I think, an hour or so later, I messaged you because some messages were coming saying this, and I asked you, right? Do you think we were biased? Because you by then you had seen it. And you were like, no, actually, I don't think so at all, because we ended up saying it's a good reply and it's a good diss track.
You actually liked it.
Our summary of the whole thing was positive. So we were so confused.
I was exactly. It was very confusing because I was like, एक मिनट या तो देखे बिना बस ऐसे ही पहले से दिमाग में एक धारणा बनी होती है कि अच्छा जैसे आएगा ना रिएक्शन इनका बस कह देंगे, ना देखा ना आता ना पता बस कह डाला.
So I asked, I was like, what is the deal? Because we've discussed it और जो हमें पता था उसके basis पे हमने infer किया lines को. Of course we were wrong about a lot of it, but that's normal. It happens in any of our reactions where we go through lyrics.
Almost every reaction.
So it's not just related to diss tracks or beefs. Of course, there's more that we don't know when it comes to a beef. But it was standard MO, and I agree that we didn't go through Rohan's breakdown. There was a reason already stated in the video why we won't be going through Rohan's breakdown. So again, people didn't watch it. We already said why we are not going to cover Rohan's breakdown today, but we will watch it offline, and we did. That was the first thing we did. So because we were curious, we were like, what did we miss? So anyway, so 50% of those comments which were about Rohan's breakdown not being watched, watch the whole thing because we told you why we won't be covering it. Don't want to repeat myself. And then the other 50% were about the mummy bar, which, we got it wrong. Fine. But that's also because we skipped over those lines. I didn't want to read out those lines.
And we maybe got the bar wrong. But the intention behind it goes around in a circle and comes back to the same point. So there's no point going into details with it because the issue we had was with the intent of what was being spoken, right? And we also said that it was correct. Like in one sense, anyway, let's not, continue.
No, so my thing is, हमने देखा Rohan का breakdown और उस bar का explanation भी था उसमें, and I still don't think it's a great comeback. Like, that's all I have to say about it. I felt like there could have been smarter ways to combat what someone has said about it. And the other comments were about, when Krishna says something, you like it. But otherwise, we called out everything. And we said it in part 1. We said it in part 2.
Have you seen our previous reactions? Or have you just seen for a second I was going, and that's it, you stopped. Kabhi sun bhi liya karo.
So we called it out in the Lil Bunty reaction. We also mentioned it in the other reaction. The point is, nobody watches the full video and they are just in a hurry to hate. And to leave a comment.
वो हम पे नहीं है
और वो पता है स्टैंडर्ड एमओ क्या हो गया कंट्री में कि किसी का कोई भी एक एडिटेड वीडियो शॉर्ट वीडियो बना देगा ऑनलाइन डाल देगा और उसके बेसिस पे beheading calls आ जाएंगे और हेट मिलने लगेगा. So I mean अब चल रहा है तो ठीक है, we are also part of the.
That's really sad.
So anyway, all that aside, I did ask a few people who are like genuine, honest viewers, and they said कि बात आपके face expressions की थी during the song. Now you and I, and then, a week later, after I got over all the irritation from the comments, I went and watched it again. I was like, let me see what is the point of view of the audience. Maybe I was watching it from my point of view.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, so they are upset that our faces look upset while the song is on. And I'm thinking...
एक मिनट. I want to just address it for one line. नहीं हो क्या इधर? पता नहीं है कि जब भी गाली गलौज होती है, चाहे बाहर बहुत ही mind blowing हो, हमारे चेहरे थोड़े से उतर जाते हैं. it's a very given thing. अब उसको जिस category में डाल के judge करना है कर लो, already कर चुके हो.
Yeah.
So face expression can have like multiple these things. Expression देते हैं तो past में this has also been spoken. Oh, over animated है. Expression नहीं देते तो in the past this has also been spoken. Oh, it's a very deadpan expression. They don't react only. Then मतलब करो तो issue. ना करो तो issue. अगर okay करो तो ज़्यादा क्यों नहीं था? अगर ज़्यादा करो तो कुछ ज़्यादा ही कर दिया यार ये कैसे मतलब.
My only thought here was damned if we do, damned if we don't, you know. So no, so the argument was during Lil Bunty you were like all happy, hee hee ha ha, laughing and enjoying it, and during this one you weren't. And I was like, because there's a certain vibe of a song that appeals more to us. So the kind of aggression or the kind of sonic vibe that was coming from the previous track was not our vibe. It's that simple. It's not, and we've said this also in part 1, that galis are not an issue for us anymore. We have made our peace with it, especially when it comes to disses and beefs. We may get a little bit shocked, but that's because that's who we are. But we take it with a pinch of salt and we move on. So it's not about galis. It's about how you give the gali and how you package that into an intelligent line. So anyway, all that aside, we are just apparently Krishna fangirls. So the thing is, when people say that, I'm like, हाँ, अब तो पहले दिन से बोल रहे हैं कि we appreciate good artists and good art.
So yeah, very true.
Einstein, bravo on figuring that one out.
And here's the thing. Fangirls जो बुला रहे हैं, वो इतना offend इसलिए हो रहे हैं क्योंकि वो खुद fanboys हैं. So one fanboy calling another I'm okay with it. That's okay. Let's go with it.
So I honestly, after reviewing it and watching it a week later, I was like, I get the POV, which is why now I feel like I'll address it in the next tracker video. But I don't think, not even think, I know that you and I couldn't have reacted any differently because that was our honest, genuine reaction. And our summary in that video was, this is a good comeback from Emiway. It's a good reply to Krishna.
Exactly.
So we ended up... Now, I don't know how else people want us to anyway. So all that addressing aside, we are going to go through Rohan's breakdown today because we just, again, I know 100 comments will be about, abab kar rahe ho, us time nahi kiya. Forget it.
Yeah, decide kar lo.
We are doing it because we realize that we miss a lot and it's not fair. Let's just cover it. So we will sit back passively and just watch. We will not try and break down things on our own, which for us is the fun part of it. But you know what? It's fine. And what else? And yeah, that's it. Oh, the one more thing that people kept saying, don't judge Emiway by this song. But the issue is we are reacting to this song. We're not talking about his other discography today. And just because we haven't reacted to his songs on this channel for reasons we've already stated multiple times in videos, doesn't mean we haven't heard them offline or we don't know his discography. So, you know, all these assumption-based comments that come now, then I'm like, just breathe. It's okay. Let it be.
And also by the end of it, I just want to add here that by the end of it, this is music, right? We're enjoying a genre. We are keeping it. I mean, it is under all the many other things that it is entertainment. So it is a part of my life, your life, everyone who watches, listens. It's entertainment is part of our lives, right? It is not our life itself. So when this gets done, I do take a step back and go back into my life.
Yeah.
And you know, I've got other things to do.
It has nothing to do with anyone anymore from the industry. So, and the thing is, people are like, you're Emiway haters or you're haters. I'm like, hate involves someone occupying your mind space. But we don't have.
I have the same argument for fangirling also, by the way. I have the same thing for fangirling also. I enjoy this right now. And then when I finish reacting to it, I go back into my own life, right? Fangirling is, or hating somebody, hate girling, is there such a thing? I don't know, whatever. Jo bhi hota hai, that's because like you are kind of taking it into your life and thinking about it the whole day and being involved in it. Just chill. Haan, theek hai. Enjoy karo, chill karo, gana suno.
Itna investment hamara kisi mein nahi hai that we are going to spend our life thinking how are we going to hate this person. Okay, anyway. So today we're going to get to Krishna's track. It's called Machayenge 4. Again, this is basis what I know. Emiway has a series of Machayenge tracks. I mean, I've heard track 1. I haven't heard 2 and 3, but I know they exist. And he was about to release Machayenge 4. So now Krishna has put a break in that entire series by taking the same.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but I laughed for 5 minutes when I saw the name.
That's it's a diss even before the song. Like that's a diss in the name itself. I mean, in one sense, right?
You don't need to play the track. It's The brutality is there in the name only, bas khatam. So it popped up on YouTube, obviously, so I saw the name. And this time I've been very good with shutting everything on my phone, so I haven't got any spoilers. Yay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and yeah, we're going to go through Rohan's breakdown after we hear it. So many people also sent messages like mat sunna, aapko acha nahi lagega, aapko cringe lagega, wo sab aaye the. Those are people who are looking out for us.
I'm happy not to. I'm happy not to. Lekin wahi hai ki if you don't, or if we don't listen to it, then it'll be like, oh, aapne suna nahi. Arre yaar, karo to bura, na karo to bura.
We have committed, so we are going to do it. Chalo. So Machayenge for
You're going to be tabang like that about it. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, Machayenge for written and performed by Krishna, produced by Pendo 46. Additional production by Deep Kalsi, recorded by Deep Kalsi, mix and master Ryan Summer. Director Grimm is back, and it's a 6-minute 41-second song. Okay.
Yep.
Damn. When we are recording, it's at 4.7 million. It's been 2 days.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, even here.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay,
Chalo, let's get into it.
Let's see how much we get from this.
Ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, play.
Lil Bunty, तुम्हारे अब्बू आ गए फिर।
पापा आप फिर आ गए?
मुबारक हो मिली ये मौत, तू तो सिली है बहुत, अब पुसी तू गीली है बहुत। बंटी को लगी है भूख, नाश्ते में मिली थी हार, अब मिलेगा डिनर में एल, इसके मुंह से टपकेगी लार, रैप का दीपक कलाल, क्यों आके मरारा हर बार, मैं खारा करारे तू कोटों से करा गरारे, अब ये लेकर आ रहा जवाब। कोट डाली कबर तेरी निकालो अब काला कोट, वर्तमान में तो सब जानते मैं ज्यादा डोप, अभी नंदू को सड़ेगा ये बम्बू, इस मदर चोट पे गिराऊं बम लगे बाला कोट, लूड़ान हर बास बोले भाई साहब, अर्जुन वाला तीर तेरे गांड में था 2.5 साल, सब जानते हैं बंटी है पुसी, ऑल ही वांट इज अ लोड़ा, ऐसे शौक है मलाई का, हाइप लेने आ रहा पर गांड दे रहा बार 4 फुट का लिली पुट, ये करेगा क्या मार धाड़, रिग्रेट करे तेरे फोर फादर, सब ढूंढने पे मिलेंगे या बाप तेरे 4 इससे तो पता नहीं किससे अलादीन के, अनपढ़ ख्वाहिश होती पूरी जिन से, तेरी जैस्मिन करती है राइड, हाँ घुटने किसे है उसने उड़ती कालीन पे, बंदी के बारे कुछ बोलो ना, पंजाब में फैली थी जैसे वो कोरोना, पर तू भी कोई कम नहीं है छोटे, हाँ तू भी तो करता है स्वॉलो ना। हेलो साइबर पुलिस, तू लौड़ेगा रैपर, हम चलते हैं चौड़े में, करे एंड टॉप हिल की ये बातें पर रहता है खुद नबी मुंबई के कोने में, कृष्णा टैक्स नो जीएसटी, ये जानते हम बाप पे नो पीएसजी, मुंबई के सड़कों पे पीएचडी मतलब प्रीटी ह्यूज डिक इन योर बीएससी, मैंने मानी कभी हार नहीं, तेरे 17 मिली सब्स फिर भी कुछ लड़नी उखाड़ी, 6 महीने से हो रहा फ्लॉपी बिना डिस्क के, इसके हो रहे 10 मिली पार नहीं, सब छीलू तेरा कह ले तू चील मुझे, किसी भी नजर से लगता नहीं रियल मुझे, म्यूजिक करे हील मुझे, चल झुक बेटा आजा दे तू फील तुझे, हमारे सांप हो गए फाइट एंड पाइथन, सनी लिसन में अली विद नो फाइटिंग लाइसेंस, चाहिए पंच लाइंस तो मैं माइक पे टाइसन, ये भागे करे डैश डालू लाइफ पे हाइफन, तू छोटा सा छोटू यकीन कर, 4 फुटिया तू गुड़िया पकड़ के अब नींद कर, यदि तू लगे रहे मेरे इन टट्टों पे पैर तेरे फिर भी नहीं पहुंच रहे जमीन पर, मेरे पास एक सॉलिड सवाल, बोल कहाँ है तेरी नॉलेज गवार, गानों में करता सिर्फ लौड़े की बात, ये नारनिया नहीं आजा क्लोजेट से बाहर, पहले हुआ कॉकी और फिर हुआ फ्लॉपी, कृष्णा को नहीं जानता था नाउ यू नो ऑफ मी, तेरे डिस्क का बेस्ट पार्ट जब किया तूने मेरे और रफ्तार वाला ड्रिल फ्लो कॉपी, सामना तुम करोगे तो सामने ही मरोगे, मेरे सब यहाँ कश्मीर का मैं थॉरोब्रेड, मैंने झाड़ा अपना शीशी में लन तो पैदा हुआ बंटी बेटा तुम सरोगेट, ये रैपर अब हंसने लगा है जब से दिमाग में तेरे वो बसने लगा है, सदमा है सत्य से दिख नहीं रहा सच क्योंकि बिना कांच वाला इसको चश्मा लगा है, लगती तू मियां खलीफा, चाहिए है किन्नी तारीफा, I don't need a ticket or visa just to go and kick it like FIFA, whole family holding flowers, तेरे golden bars को दे दूं golden shower, अब बढ़िया सा मिलेगा तुझे short in motherfucker, I ain't talking about no golden hour, तू कोठे में बैठा मैं बैठा हूँ कोठी में, लाइनें क्यों मार रहा है अभी भी चौथी के, तेरा नाम और लोगो भी कॉपी है, सब देखे मैंने जब था मैं वो टोकरी में, ये रैपर नहीं टिकटॉक की छोकरी है, बिस्तर में करता ये नौकरी है, यू
चल बोजड़ी के
वो करना चाहता ग्राइंड तो ले रहा उसकी मस्ती में, बंटी आर यू फाइन, चिल्ला रहा जैसे गश्ती है $% साइन, अब बंटी बहुत फ्रस्टी है, गेटिंग फ्रॉम बिहाइंड, सुना दे रहा तू सस्ती में, करना चाहता ग्राइंड तो ले रहा उसकी मस्ती में, बंटी आर यू फाइन, चिल्ला रहा जैसे गश्ती है $% साइन, अब बंटी बहुत फ्रस्टी है, गेटिंग फ्रॉम बिहाइंड, सुना दे रहा तू सस्ती में। एक मिनट स्वालोना का फोन आ रहा है ब्रो। Yeah, round 2 now, bound to get at you. सांप वाली मेडूसा ये बन रखी स्टैचू. मुझसे क्यों फिर रहा, क्यों बंटी है चिड़ा. रुपया है गिर रहा, बड़ी डॉलर की वैल्यू. ली जगह मैं ना आया जगह मांग के. किया तुझे कॉर्नर, फंसाया तुझे जान के. लोड़े का खबीब डिसलॉयल टू स्पीड. साल लगता है मुझे तू आया है दगास्तान से. 5G जमाना तू 3G पैक पे. दिया मेकओवर मैंने ली थी बैक से. इसे समझ नहीं आ रहा क्यों लटक रहा है नाड़ा तेरी बेच के लिए. She wants easy access. देख कैसे लगता है खर्चों पे टैक्स. तेरे लेवल वाले तो सारे हैं बरसों से वैक. शॉप नहीं करने का बच्चों से बहस. नहीं तो गांड में घुसता जैसे कच्छों के टैग. डिवाइन ने शो पे मिलाया था. ग्रुप ही तू बैक स्टेज आया था. वो शो के लाइनअप पे प्रब में डिवाइन थे. तू तो सिर्फ फोटो खिंचाया था. ना लेबल ना मैनेजमेंट व्यंजन था. वायरल में कर रहा था शोज इंडिपेंडेंट. तू आर्टिस्ट अलाउड पे साइन था. पहली बार मैंने मिलाए थे सावन के लोग. मुंबई से दिल्ली तक गाना वो मेरा था पहले से. बातें बदलती नहीं कहने से. बोला को लैब हम करते तू डाले फिर शर्त की गाना आए तेरे ही चैनल से. पूरा नहीं माना दिया था गाना. बदले में कुछ भी मांगा एक बार नहीं. 4 साल तूने कमाया उस गाने से. किया है तूने मुझ पे कोई एहसान नहीं. ये ले अब फैक्स ले. तू बहुत करे कैप अपने टैक्स पे. मैंने क्यों किया डिस. I'm the only one doing it right now. बोल के थप्पा लगा रहा था तू रैप पे. कवर में सुलाऊं लाइक गुड नाइट ग्रैंडसन. मेक अ किडनैप I don't care for ransom. सफेद होगी शक्ल नो मैरिलिन मैनसन. अब फाइनली शाहरुख बने फेयर एंड हैंडसम. बंटी बधाई हो मैंने इम्प्रूव करवाई है तेरी लिखाई को. आधी लाइंस तो वो तेरी भी नहीं है. किसने लिखाई है तेरी पंच लाइंस वो. माय गॉश ओ माय गॉश. बंटी तू कैसा है राइवल. इसके लेवल का बेस्ट रैपर रखता है झांट पर इसको और मानता है मुझको वो आइडल. बेइज्जती कैसे तू सहती है रोज. मिलेगी चूत अपनी पैंटी में खोज. रूप नका तू नाच कटवाई है नाक पर. मैं क्यों दूं इसकी फैमिली को दोष. सुना तेरी नीले बाल वाली सहेली भी तुझे हर रात पहेलियां सुनाती है. मिंटू हर फोटो में दांत क्यों दिखाती है. लगता है बंटी का तू ही चबाती है. इस पे तो लगा मैं मजबूत. आदमियों के हमाम में मत घुस. बंटी का हजाम है अद्भुत. झांट जैसे बाल पूरी हवा में हंसमुख. तेरा करियर बनाया रफ्तार ने. हाँ जाके अब चूम उसके तलवे. तू नरम एंड वीक थोड़ा शर्म तो सीख. जैसे यार तेरे पहनते फूल में भी कपड़े. गाने में केले पाव केला खाओ. नजदीकी तालुका तेरे बनाना से. ये दिल्ली की सल्तनत में ही हूँ अल्तमश. तू तो जनानी जनाना में. Cause I've been thinking about rap sounding hip about. कांडू अंग्रेजी नहीं आती तो बेइज्जती कराती. असली में करती तू रैप नहीं. तेरी एल्बम थी फ्लॉप उससे ज्यादा तो बहुत ही बन रखी हाइप इस कैप की. स्वीडिश का खाएगी भड़वी ये खुद ही मिठाई. मुंबई की लौंडिया बन रही है भाई. बिलाल की कर रहा मैं टाइम से लाल. मैं जीतू ये जंग जैसे 26 जुलाई. लेने की शौकीन अवाम. फक फेमी वे बोलो मॉकिंगली नाम. लिल बंटी से फटी थी गांड. तभी 8 मिनट चिल्लाई ये राम. अब ये दूसरी बाजी है. जब भी तू आएगा हम लेने को राजी है. पूरी जिंदगी बनाना डिस तेरे 8 के लिए. मेरे 6 मिनट काफी है. मचाएंगे 4 इसे लंड पे नचाएंगे और. 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 माँ बाप के बारे में बोलेगा. इसे लग रहा ये मार नहीं खाएगा. और ड्रेस है तेरा मेरे पास. अगर मैं आऊंगा भाग नहीं पाएगा. एक और बार बोल उनके बारे. मामला रैप के बाहर ही जाएगा. बंटी तो पूरा है पुसी. पेपर भी दोगे ये फाड़ नहीं पाएगा. और मेरा गाना प्रमोट करने के लिए थैंक यू बिच.
Okay. You know, it's an excellent thing that we're going to watch Rohan's breakdown because जैसे इसके lyrics थे, बहुत अच्छी बात है कि कोई उनके बारे में बात कर रहा है. Because if you had to read those lines, it would be very like beep, it would just go like that. There would be no words for the first half at least. Second half में there was that one verse where there was hardly, या 2 verses थे जिनमें there was hardly any गाली. Second half में there like I began to real.
The history
and history के बाद वाला.
Yeah.
हाँ, so history जहाँ से शुरू हुई और उसके बाद वाला जो था, that was really nice. Like that's when I could finally enjoy the flow. Like you know, otherwise उसके पहले यार पूरी जो लाइफ के अंदर हम जीते आ रहे हैं, just because जिसके गानों के अंदर गाली होती है, suddenly हमारा पूरा mental makeup उसकी वजह से नहीं बदलेगा. You know what I mean? So अगर गाली आ रही है, can't help it. It throws you back. It throws you off, away from whatever is being spoken. At least मेरे साथ ये होता है, and I know जो you know it happens to you as well. So second half was really nice. Listen, what was that song? Maa Kasam, जिसके अंदर that whole hat and that shovel वाला.
That was the last track in the Mufar beef. So
yeah. So in this also, like that's where he was, because the moment I saw that, I was like, oh, so like the video was done really well, because even when it started in a khandar and it had so many breaks. Literally, like as though he's also segregated it the way Emiway had segregated it, and he was addressing different things. So it's almost like, कि आप हर बात का जवाब उस तरीके से दे रहे हो. Like there were so many other hidden gems, which I'm sure through the breakdown
visually,
we're going to discover.
Yeah, there's a lot
visually
in the video.
Also. Yeah.
Oh, I know you're going to hate me, but I would like to hear it again before we go to the breakdown, only because in the first half, I wasn't looking at him at all. I was just looking at the subs. And and then towards the second half, I started looking at him. And then I got more into the flow of it. Not just because of the lyrics, but also like, because I did that. So I don't feel like I got enough to like say before we get into the breakdown. I feel like there's a lot of, compared to Makasam, which was, I don't know why I'm comparing, but maybe because you just brought it up, and because it's considered one of his best diss tracks. There were so
and also
many...
the visual representation was there entirely of it. So like, you can't not think about it the moment you see it.
I feel like there's a lot more, like KRSNA in that did not give galis. He just gave bars he did, of course, give galis. But in this, I feel like because of who your opponent is or what kind of lines they're using or words they're using, or in which space this particular beef has gone to, because of that, the lines of this song are in that way. And I am not particularly fond of what that space is, So it's like you said, it does throw us off. We can't change who we are as people. But leaving that aside, this was...
Which is why listening to it again, and I'm thinking, ye sari gali wapas sunni padegi. Like, like my head is directly going there,
I know,
but that's
I can see it on your face. But we have to. Because... because I honestly, I don't know what to say, because it's a bars fest for sure.
See, you're going to listen to it again anyway when Rohan is listening to it.
In a stretch. Rohan will break it up.
Sure.
Sorry, but I really want to, just because there were some punchlines and some bars which were so good. They were so good. And
I agree.
There were multi-layers.
There was one which I can't recall now. They were amazing. Like there were few which gali ke beech mein ek line aayi, and I was like, I want to laugh, but I wanted to cringe. Like ikatthe ho raha tha. I was like, kya karu ab? Like so
there was so much. Like there was an Abhi Nandu thing, and then the Balakot thing right after.
And the whole Nandu thing, which was also he also spoke about it. Correct.
So and it was so interesting to me because he did the Nandu thing in the start, and then in the end he went to the Nada thing and gave like his response to that line. So I think there was a lot of moving around that happened to keep the flow going. And then the beat switch in the middle, then the using Emiway's song, that song, by the way, what is it called? Grind, I think is what it's called, which he used those two lines of. Remember he sang that bit in the middle?
Yeah.
I've heard that song. It unfortunately came on in my car once when I was driving, and it was on shuffle, and I've heard like the first half of it. As soon as I could park my car, I changed because I did not like that song at all. So when he heard that, it came back to my mind. But that bit, and then that, I didn't really love this beat. Can I be honest? Like it was fine. It was dark. It was but there wasn't some like.
And also it was fully conversational. It was like when you're talking back and when you're like kind of like, so the beat also kind of changed, I think about 3 times. Like that's what at least I got. Wo break ke baad, like, I like the last beat though. Jo bilkul end mein, the way it changed, that was really nice. Like it had some good, like, that I liked.
I feel like, and number 2, like the most important thing right from the start, his voice tonality. He's taken a completely different tone. It's I don't know if it's not really nasal, but it's got a little bit.
I didn't like it. Can I be just really honest? It was whatever this new tone he was using, it didn't sound like him. Or maybe like just the past few songs of his that we have heard. We've spoken about this, that how there's a distinct change that has come in his voice, either the treatment given to it or just, that he's been working on it. And jo thoda sa badla hai, yahan pe it was sounding bilkul hi alag. So I didn't know whether he was trying to, it didn't.
When he started,
and I was like, is it someone else? Or is he just trying to kind of emulate and give it back? And there is like a tone difference because of that. So I thought maybe ho sakta hai.
No, so I think, how they're copying each other and saying it. I think it's also experimenting. I think it's also trying different voices. And I think maybe the tonality needed that, because like we were saying in the See Them Out reaction with Rohan, they're experimenting so much with their tonality and their pitches and their, things. So I think that's fine, I just don't, it just took me by surprise, because I was like, what is his voice? And I thought he's only doing that voice for the first like starting lines, which are spoken, right? And then it'll change into his, because I really like the tonality in Lil Bunty. That was nicer. But okay, let's go through it again, and then we'll quickly get to the breakdown. Let me see how much more I can get in the second listen.
Okay, sorry, before we begin, I'll just pause. Okay,
Ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, play.
लिल बंटी तुम्हारे अब्बू आ गए फिर।
पापा आप फिर आ गए?
मुबारक हो मिली ये मौत, तू तो सिली है बहुत, अब पुसी तू गीली है बहुत। बंटी को लगी है भूख, नाश्ते में मिली थी हार, अब मिलेगा डिनर में एल, इसके मुंह से टपकेगी लार। रैप का दीपक का लाल, क्यों आके मरा रहा हर बार। मैं खारा करारे तू कोटों से करा गरारे, अब ये लेकर आ रहा जवाब। कोट डाली कबर तेरी निकालो अब काला कोट, वर्तमान में तो सब जानते मैं ज्यादा डोप। अभी नंदू को सड़ेगा ये बम्बू, इस मादर चोट पे गिराऊं बम लगे बाला गोट। लूड़ान हर बास बोले भाई साहब, अर्जुन वाला तीर तेरे कांड में था 2.5 साल। सब जानते हैं बंटी है पुसी, ऑल यू वांट इज अ लोड़ा, इसे शौक है मलाई का। हाइप लेने आ रहा पर गांड दे रहा बार 4 फुट का लिली पुट, ये करेगा क्या मार धाड़। रिग्रेट करे तेरे फोर फादर, अब ढूंढने पे मिलेंगे या बाप तेरे 4 हिस्से, तो पता नहीं किससे अलादीन के। अनपढ़ ख्वाहिश होती पूरी जिन से, तेरी जैस्मिन करती है राइड, हाँ घुटने किसे है उसने उड़ती कालीन पे। बंदी के बारे कुछ बोलो ना, पंजाब में फैली थी जैसे वो कोरोना, पर तू भी कोई कम नहीं है छोटे, हाँ तू भी तो करता है स्वॉलो ना। हेलो साइबर पुलिस, तू लौड़े का रैपर, हम चलते हैं चौड़े में, करे एंड टॉप हिल की ये बातें पर रहता है खुद न भी मुंबई के कोने में। नो टैक्स नो जीएसटी, ये जानते हम बाप पे नो पीएसजी, मुंबई के सड़कों पे पीएचडी मतलब प्रीटी ह्यूज डिक इन योर बीएससी। मैंने मानी कभी हार नहीं, तेरे 17 मिली सब्स फिर भी कुछ लड़नी उखाड़ी। 6 महीने से हो रहा फ्लॉपी बिना डिस्क के, इसके हो रहे 10 मिली पार नहीं। सब छीलू तेरा कह ले तू चील मुझे, किसी भी नजर से लगता नहीं रियल मुझे। म्यूजिक करे हील मुझे, चल झुक बेटा आजा दे तू फील तुझे। हमारे सांप हो गए फाइट एंड पाइथन, सनी लिसन में अली विद नो फाइटिंग लाइसेंस। चाहिए पंच लाइन तो मैं माइक पे टाइसन, ये भागे करे डैश डालू लाइफ पे हाइफन। तू छोटा सा छोटू यकीन कर, 4 फुटिया तू गुड़िया पकड़ के अब नींद कर। यदि तू लटके रहे मेरे इन टट्टों पे पैर तेरे फिर भी नहीं पहुंच रहे जमीन पर। मेरे पास एक सॉलिड सवाल, बोल कहाँ है तेरी नॉलेज गवार। गानों में करता सिर्फ लौड़े की बात, ये नारनिया नहीं आजा क्लोजेट से बाहर। पहले हुआ कॉकी और फिर हुआ फ्लॉपी, कृष्णा को नहीं जानता था नाउ यू नो ऑफ मी। तेरे डिस्क का बेस्ट पार्ट जब किया तूने मेरे और अवतार वाला ड्रिल फ्लो कॉपी। सामना तुम करोगे तो सामने ही मरोगे, मेरे सब यहाँ कश्मीर का मैं थॉरोब्रेड। मैंने झाड़ा अपना शीशी में लंटो, पैदा हुआ बंटी बेटा तुम सरोगेट। ये रैपर अब हंसने लगा है जब से दिमाग में तेरे वो बसने लगा है। सदमा है सत्य से दिख नहीं रहा सच, क्योंकि बिना कांच वाला इसको चश्मा लगा है। लगती तू मिया खलीफा, चाहिए है किन्नी तारीफा। I don't need a ticket or visa just to go and kick it like FIFA. Whole family holding flowers, तेरे golden bars को दे दूं golden shower। अब बढ़िया सा मिलेगा तुझे short in motherfucker, I ain't talking about no golden hour। तू कोठे में बैठा मैं बैठा हूँ कोठी में, लाइनें क्यों मार रहा है अभी भी चौथी के। तेरा नाम और लोगो भी कॉपी है, साफ देखे मैंने जब था मैं वो टोकरी में। ये रैपर नहीं टिकटॉक की छोकरी है, बिस्तर में करता ये नौकरी है। यू 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 यू
चल बोजड़ी के।
वो करना चाहता ग्राइंड तो ले रहा उसकी मस्ती में। बंटी आर यू फाइन, चिल्ला रहा जैसे गश्ती है $% अब बंटी बहुत फ्रस्टी है, गेटिंग फ्रॉम बिहाइंड सुना दे रहा तू सस्ती में। करना चाहता ग्राइंड तो ले रहा उसकी मस्ती में। बंटी आर यू फाइन, चिल्ला रहा जैसे गश्ती है $% अब बंटी बहुत फ्रस्टी है, गेटिंग फ्रॉम बिहाइंड सुना दे रहा तू सस्ती में। एक मिनट स्वालोना का फोन आ रहा है ब्रो। ये राउंड 2 now bound to get at you। सांप वाली मेडूसा ये बन रखी स्टैचू, मुझसे क्यों फिर रहा क्यों बंटी है चिड़ा। रुपया है गिर रहा बड़ी डॉलर की वैल्यू। ली जगह में ना आया जगह मांग के, किया तुझे कॉर्नर फंसाया तुझे जान के। लोड़े का खबीब डिसलॉयल टू स्पीड सा, लगता है मुझे तू आया है दगास्तान से। 5G जमाना तू 3G पैक पे, दिया मेक ओवर मैंने ली थी बैक से। इसे समझ नहीं आ रहा क्यों लटक रहा है नाड़ा तेरी बिच के लिए, शी वांट्स इजी एक्सेस। देख कैसे लगता है खर्चों पे टैक्स, तेरे लेवल वाले तो सारे हैं बरसों से वैक। शॉप नहीं करने का बच्चों से बहस, नहीं तो गांड में घुसता जैसे कच्छों के टैग।
डिवाइन ने शो पे मिलाया था,
ग्रुप ही तू बैक स्टेज आया था। उस शो के लाइनअप पे प्रभ में डिवाइन थे, तू तो सिर्फ फोटो खिंचाया था। ना लेबल ना मैनेजमेंट व्यंजन था, वायरल में कर रहा था शोज इंडिपेंडेंट। तू आर्टिस्ट अलाउड पे साइन था, पहली बार मैंने मिलाए थे सावन के लोग। मुंबई से दिल्ली तक गाना वो मेरा था पहले से, बातें बदलती नहीं कहने से। बोला को लैब हम करते तू डाले फिर शर्ते की गाना आए तेरे ही चैनल से। पूरा नहीं माना दिया था गाना, बदले में कुछ भी मांगा, एक बार नहीं 4 साल तूने कमाया उस गाने से। किया है तूने मुझ पे कोई एहसान नहीं, ये ले अब फैक्स ले, तू बहुत करे कैप अपने टैक्स पे, मैंने क्यों किया डिस, I'm the only one doing it right now, बोल के धप्पा लगा रहा था तू रैप पे, कवर में सुलाऊं like good night grandson, make a kidnap I don't care for ransom, सफेद होगी शक्ल no Marilyn Manson, अब finally शाहरुख बने fair and handsome, बंटी बधाई हो मैंने improve करवाई है तेरी लिखाई को, आधी lines तो वो तेरी भी नहीं है, किसने लिखाई है तेरी punch lines वो, my gosh oh my gosh, बंटी तू कैसा है rival, इसके लेवल का बेस्ट रैपर रखता है झाट पर इसको और मानता है मुझको वो आइडल, बेइज्जती कैसे तू सहती है रोज, मिलेगी चूत अपनी पैंटी में खोज, रूप नका तू नाच कटवाई है नाक पर, मैं क्यों दूं इसकी फैमिली को दोष, सुना तेरी नीले बाल वाली सहेली भी तुझे हर रात पहेलियां सुनाती है, मिंटू हर फोटो में दांत क्यों दिखाती है, लगता है बंटी का तू ही चबाती है, इस पे तो लगा मैं मजबूत आदमियों के हमाम में मत घुस, बंटी का हजाम है अद्भुत झांझ जैसे बाल पूरी आवाम में हंसमुख, तेरा करियर बनाया रफ्तार ने, हाँ जाके अब चूम उसके तलवे, तू नरम एंड वीक थोड़ा शर्म तो सीख, जैसे यार तेरे पहनते फूल में भी कपड़े, गाने में केले केला खाओ, नजदीकी तालुका तेरे बनाना से, ये दिल्ली की सल्तनत में ही हूँ अल्तमश, तू तो जनानी जनाना में,
Cause I've been thinking about rap sounding hip about.
कांडू अंग्रेजी नहीं आती तो बेइज्जती कराती, असली में करती तू रैप नहीं, तेरी एल्बम थी फ्लॉप उससे ज्यादा तो बहुत ही बन रखी हाइप इस कैप की, स्वीडिश का खाएगी भड़वी ये खुद ही मिठाई, मुंबई की लौंडिया बन रही है भाई, बिलाल की कर्रा में टाइम से लाल मैं जीतू ये जंग जैसे 26 जुलाई, लेने की शौकीन अवाम, फक फेमी वे बोलो मॉकिंगली नाम, लिल बंटी से फटी थी गांड, तभी 8 मिनट चिल्लाई ये राम, अब ये दूसरी बाजी है, जब भी तू आएगा हम लेने को राजी है, पूरी जिंदगी बनाना डिस तेरे 8 के लिए मेरे 6 मिनट काफी है, मचाएंगे 4, इसे लंड पे नचाएंगे और 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 माँ बाप के बारे में बोलेगा, इसे लग रहा ये मार नहीं खाएगा, और ड्रेस है तेरा मेरे पास, अगर मैं आऊंगा भाग नहीं पाएगा, एक और बार बोल उनके बारे, मामला रैप के पार ही जाएगा, बंटी तो पूरा है पुसी, पेपर भी दोगे ये फाड़ नहीं पाएगा, और मेरा गाना प्रमोट करने के लिए थैंक यू बिच।
Okay, so the voice tonality was there in the starting lines and the ending. The middle portion was not that voice, so that was good. But damn, bars, man. Let's leave everything else aside.
Yes.
The attacks.
For the second time, even I could actually, appreciate the thought behind the gali better. But then, of course, gali was still throwing me off. And I was like, no, ignore. Just like, don't focus on the gali. Bola kya hai piche, try and focus on that. I was trying and that was helping. Like, it was like, because second time tha, I knew what to expect.
Yeah. And also a lot of it was because he was replying to the lines with those words and then using words to kind of counter. So there's a lot of the countering that was happening in a lot of those lines.
Correct.
Which, second
but having heard twice, my favorite line is still the Narnia line. I loved that line. Yeah, I just couldn't stop only. Like I was just laughing both the times. Like, yeah, that's my favorite line.
Off the top of my head, I like the 26th July. I like Balakot. I liked Abhinandu. I liked, there was one more that I...
Those are all references. All the refs were
he kind of attacked
very nicely done
in the group, right?
And did you notice how he also kind of said it? And then he said, मैं क्यों बुरी बात बोलूं, like why should I go there? Same thing what we discussed last time कि like बोलने के बाद backtrack करना, मतलब you still said it, you are saying कहने के बाद, he did the same thing, like at the 3/4 point marker, which is like okay.
So I mean there were portions about girlfriends I don't like. We've been there, done that, called that out before. So those were not my favorite parts, but I feel like there's a lot of intelligent. The surrogate line. With the test tube and all that,
it's very visual.
Freaking it, but it was a good, intelligent line. I'm just saying, like a lot of the lines were not comfortable for us to listen to, but there was so much intelligence packed in them, layers.
That though, I don't think there's any question about it. Like he's a very intelligent rapper, and no one can take that away from him. And even in galis, there is so much like uske piche ka thought itna strong hai that it pushes you in that moment to stop and consider ki sunu ya nahi sunu. Gali pushes you away, but the intelligence of the bar pulls you back in. So you're like, what to do?
But there was a part where I laughed because he's like, sorry, call aaya, whatever. And I don't know, just the tone he took there, that cracked me up. So I got, people are going to comment saying, oh, you found that part funny and that was referring to whatever. But I genuinely found his tone hilarious there, So that's what I was laughing at before.
Throughout listening to it, there's one thing I was like, अगर hip hop की जो terminology है उसके बारे में मुझे नहीं पता होता, and that now मतलब 1.5 साल से react कर रही हूँ, so like होता ही है ना चाहते हुए भी, different words, that what they mean, what is being spoken where. If I didn't know all of it and we just rewind back to when we were kids, such a person would be called, he's so mean, yeah. Like, एक होता है कि just कोई गाली देते रहना, but when the other person smartly kind of comes back, all you can say is he's very mean. But like mean people are always like really intelligent and they give it back in such a way. So that's the only thing, in the end I was like, he's very mean. Like, is tarah, you don't want to be on the bad side of this guy because he's kind of like, yeah.
He's very brutal. And the thing is, it's so difficult to counter lines like these. They're intelligent as hell. They're layered as hell. So, yeah.
How do you?
Essentially what you said, you don't want to get on his bad side. But yes, he is mean. He is mean AF, but I guess that's what the game is about.
That's what's required. Yeah, I guess.
Before we get to Rohan's breakdown, one other thing that just came to my mind is what he said at the end, ki ek baar aur bolega to this will go outside rap. And that was very scary. I really hope that doesn't happen, because
I hope so too.
Keep it to the music, please. Let's get to Rohan's breakdown. Chalo.
Okay, ready.
I enjoyed the second listen, I have to say, a lot.
Second listen, even I could I could focus on the beat, the underlying beat, his flow a lot more than I could the first time. So I could actually enjoy it. Even if upar wale words, I was like, ignore, chill, enjoy. There's so many other elements to this. Chill with that. So
I think with the breakdown, a lot more appreciable elements will come.
I'm sure. Already. Yes.
Okay, Rohan to the rescue. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, play.
हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक. मेरा नाम है रोहन कारियप्पा एंड काफ़ी दिन इंतज़ार करने के बाद फाइनली कल कृष्णा ने ड्रॉप किया अपना रिस्पॉन्स ट्रैक टू KR लौड़ा साइन. ही नेम्ड इट मचाएंगे 4. ड्रॉप से पहले सबका यही कहना था कि ये वाला जो डिस है वो माँ कसम के लेवल पर ही आएगा. बट फॉर मी इट सीम लाइक माँ कसम 2.0, नॉट इन टर्म्स ऑफ लेवल but in terms of similarities. Like, first, hijacking Ops track name. माँ कसम was supposed to be Mufard's next drop, whereas मचाएंगे 4 की hype MEV ने अपने story पे already बनानी शुरू कर दी थी. Secondly, the cap and the kalamkar shout. Thirdly, both songs end with what could have presumably been the hook, according to the title of the track.
माँ कसम, hard नहीं छोटी तो शुरू से ही लगता है नरम. माँ कसम, मचाएंगे 4. इसे लंड पे नचाएंगे और मचाएंगे 4.
Finally, some amazing hidden references. Is Machayenge 4 actually better than Maa Kasam? I will save my answer for the end. Till then, let's not waste any time and jump right into the break. Oh, also, Krishna's first diss was produced by Flamboy and this one is produced by Painto46, both of them being MEV's allies. Why did Painto46 produce this track? उसका response उन्होंने अपना Instagram पे दिया हुआ, तो you can check that out as well.
Lil Bunty, तुम्हारे अब्बू आ गए फिर.
Papa.
Identical start to Lil Bunty again proves that he will portray MEV to be a kid in this whole song.
मुबारक हो मिली ये मौत, तू तो सिली है बहुत, अब पुसी तू गीली है बहुत.
Pretty simple insults in the lyrics. Krishna calls MEV silly and pussy, यानी डरपोक.
बंटी को लगी है भूख, नाश्ते में मिली थी हार, अब मिलेगा डिनर में एल, इसके मुंह से टपकेगी लार.
MEV Banta equated his 3 meals to his 3 beefs, where breakfast was him against Raftar and dinner was supposed to be his beef against Krishna.
ब्रेकफास्ट मतलब छोटे पहला बीफ कम है, लंच खत्म किया दूसरे में भी जी, नो लॉस. डिनर करूंगा तो डिनर नहीं है साले, तू डेजर्ट है मीठे पहले खाऊंगा मैं स्वीट.
Here Krishna says कि MEV ने breakfast में हार यानी लॉस खाया था और डिनर में एल यानी अगेन लॉस मिलने वाला है. Also L is an abbreviation to लंड एंड डिनर में एल देखकर MEV के मुंह में पानी आ जाएगा.
रैप का दीपक कलाल, क्यों आके मरारा हर बार.
MEV called रफ्तार रैप की राखी because वो controversies के बीच में रहते हैं. Krishna responds to that by addressing MEV as दीपक कलाल, जो कि again आप जानते होंगे वो राखी सावंत के जॉनर में काफी हाई पोजीशन पे स्टैंड करते हैं. Moving on.
मैं खारा करारे तू कोटो से करा गरारे, अब ये लेकर आ रहा जवाब.
करारे खाओ was a cringe Krishna ad जिसको MEV ने अपने डिस में भी यूज किया था.
मुझे नहीं लगता तुम असली रैपर हो.
करारे खाओ.
Krishna says कि वो तो करारे खा रहे हैं लेकिन MEV गोटो से गरारे यानी टेस्टिकल से गॉगल कर रहे हैं. A complex way of saying that MEV is deep throating someone's testicles. Just that.
खोद डाली कबर तेरी निकालो अब काला कोट
खोद डाली कबर मतलब this song would be like Emiway's death. निकालो अब काला कोट. अंडरटेकर्स यानी जो लोग डेड बॉडीज को कबर के लिए रेडी करते हैं वो लोग काले कपड़े पहनते हैं. यू वुड ऑल्सो सी कृष्णा ड्रेस्ड एज एन अंडरटेकर लेटर इन द ट्रैक. ऑल्सो रिमेंबर कोट नेक्स्ट लाइन में उसका रेफरेंस है.
वर्तमान में तो सब जानते मैं ज्यादा डोप.
वर्तमान यानी इन प्रेजेंट एवरीवन नोज दैट कृष्णा इज बेटर देन एमीवे. ऑल्सो वर्धमान इज अ पॉपुलर कंपनी दैट मेक्स कोट्स. काला कोट याद है. ऑल्सो रिमेंबर वर्तमान बिकॉज इस वर्ड से आगे एक और रेफरेंस कनेक्ट होगा.
अभी नंदू को सड़ेगा ये बम्बू इस मदर चोट पे गिराऊं बम लगे वाला गोट.
वन ऑफ द बेटर बार्स ऑफ द ट्रैक. यहाँ पे हम पहले जानते हैं कि एमीवे ने कृष्णा को नंदू नाम से एड्रेस किया था इन दिस बार.
ए नंदू तेरा नाड़ा लटक रहा है.
कृष्णा सेज कि अब वो नंदू घुसाएगा बम्बू जिसका मतलब मेरे को आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. इस पे गिराऊं बॉम्ब लगे ये बालाकोट इज अ रेफरेंस टू बालाकोट एयर स्ट्राइक बाय इंडिया इन अ प्लेस नेम्ड बालाकोट ऑफ कोर्स इन पाकिस्तान. अभी नंदू एंड वर्तमान को अगर आप मिलाओगे तो बनता है अभिनंदन वर्तमान. दैट इज रेफरेंस टू ग्रुप कैप्टन अभिनंदन वर्तमान हु वाज फर्स्ट हेल्ड कैप्टिव later released by the Pakistani armed forces just after the Balakot airstrikes.
लूड़ान हर बास बोले भाई साहब अर्जुन वाला तीर तेरे कान में था 2.5 साल.
अच्छा इस बार में बहुत सारी चीजें हो रही है तो स्टे विथ मी फॉर अ व्हाइल. फर्स्ट मीनिंग इज कृष्णा विल फ्लाई हाई एंड बाज यानी हॉक जो कि बहुत ऊंचा उड़ते हैं वो भी कृष्णा की ऊंचाई देखकर हैरान रह जाएंगे. द नेक्स्ट लाइन इज
अर्जुन वाला तीर तेरे कान में था 2.5 साल.
अर्जुन जो कि महाभारत के अकॉर्डिंग बेस्ट आर्चर इन द वर्ल्ड थे और लॉर्ड कृष्णा के बेस्ट फ्रेंड थे. उनके पावरफुल तीर से कृष्णा अपना डिस्ट्रैक्ट सीधा मेकओवर को इक्वेट करते हैं. कृष्णा सेज कि 2.5 साल से ये तीर एमीवे की जी में घुसा हुआ है. 2.5 साल पहले क्या था सीधा मेकओवर. नाउ वेट अर्जुन के कमान यानी बो का नाम गांडीव था which was very powerful enough to defeat gods. एक और बार ये वाली लाइन सुन लो.
लूड़ान हर बास बोले भाई साहब अर्जुन वाला तीर तेरे कान में था 2.5 साल.
Apart from that, Harbaz is a wordplay on Arbaz Khan. Arjun is also a name of a Bollywood actor Arjun Kapoor. Arjun Kapoor is now dating Arbaz Khan's ex-wife, जिनका नाम हम अगले बार में सुनेंगे.
सब जानते हैं बंटी है पुसी all he want is a लोड़ा ऐसे शौक है मलाई का.
First meaning is pretty obvious. Emiway is a pussy. He wants dick. Malai means semen. ऑल्सो जैसे मैंने आपको इससे पहले बताया था मलाइका अरोरा है अरबाज खान की एक्स एंड हर नेम वाज प्लेड विद शौक है मलाइका अलोड़ा अरोरा. get it moving on.
हाइप लेने आ रहा पर गांड दे रहा बार 4 फुट का लिली पुटिया करेगा क्या मार धाड़.
Simple bar to understand. Emiway is dissing Krishna to win his hype back but rather he's getting screwed in every round. The next half is a diss on Emiway's height. He addresses him as Lilliput, जो कि fictional story के हिसाब से 1.5-2 फुट के लोग थे. अगर आपने गुलिवर ट्रेवल्स के बारे में सुना है तो आप जानते होंगे, या अगर आप बॉलीवुड मूवी देखते तो जजंतरम ममंतरम अगर आपने देखा तो आपको पता होगा. कृष्णा says that Emiway
5 points to Rohan
is too short to fight.
रिग्रेट करे तेरे 4 फादर्स अब ढूंढने पे मिलेंगे या बाप तेरे 4.
Now 4 FORE फादर्स मतलब होता है पूर्वज. कृष्णा सेज कि एमीवे के पूर्वज रिग्रेट कर रहे होंगे कि उनकी पीढ़ी को आगे एमीवे बढ़ा रहा है. एंड इन द नेक्स्ट हाफ ही स्विचेस द FORE टू FOUR. अब ढूंढने पे मिलेंगे तेरे बाप 4.
रिग्रेट करे तेरे 4 फादर्स अब ढूंढने पे मिलेंगे या बाप तेरे 4.
4 बाप पूर्वज वाले 4 फादर्स. गेट इट. आगे बढ़ते हैं.
इससे तो पता नहीं किससे अलादीन के अनपढ़ ख्वाहिश होती पूरी जिन से.
इट इज अ कमबैक ऑन एमीवेज चिराग घिसने वाला बार.
मैं वो अलादीन पूरा करा तेरा ड्रीम जब से तू चिराग मेरा घसने लगा है.
Here Emiway called himself the Aladdin and also mentioned that he is the one जिसने कृष्णा का ड्रीम पूरा किया. कृष्णा taunts that and says कि अलादीन नहीं जीन या जीनी होता है जो चिराग घिसने पे ड्रीम पूरा करता है.
तेरी जैस्मिन करती है राइड हाँ घुटने घिसे है उसने उड़ती कालीन पे.
Jasmine was the name of Aladdin's girlfriend. Aladdin also had a flying carpet या उड़ने वाली कालीन. Here he says कि जैस्मिन ने घुटने घिसे हैं मतलब Emiway's girlfriend got screwed on the flying carpet.
बंदी के बारे कुछ बोलो ना पंजाब में फैली थी जैसे वो कोरोना.
Emiway ने अपने लास्ट डिस ट्रैक में ये बोला था
आइंदा से जाना नहीं बंदी पे तू ये बात भूल मत निकलेला किसी बंदी से तू.
Here Krishna is doing exactly that. He's obviously targeting Swalina by saying पंजाब में फैली थी जैसे वो कोरोना because Swalina got featured in a Just Manak video that sits right now at 282 million views.
पर तू भी कोई कम नहीं है छोटे हाँ तू भी तो करता है swallow ना.
Call back bar with a wordplay. सीधा मेकओवर में कृष्णा ने बोला था कि Emiway swallows. Here he says that Emiway भी कम spelt as CUM नहीं है because वो करता है swallowna. Swallowna is obviously a word play on Emiwe's girlfriend's name, or should I say Emiwe's alleged girlfriend's name, Swalina.
Hello, cyber police.
Every time someone cracks a joke on Selena, he slowly gets into trouble. Emiwe, a few months back, got his own fan page mass reported for the same reason. Also, late Shiv Reaction King के साथ भी शायद ऐसा कुछ पंगा हुआ था.
तू लौड़ेगा रैपर, हम चलते हैं चौड़े में.
Here, Krishna calls out Emiwe for being timid and not being a real rapper, whereas Krishna and his crew चौड़े में घूमते हैं.
करे एंड टॉप हिल की ये बातें पर रहता है खुद नवी मुंबई के कोने में.
आई एम गेसिंग Emiwe का नया घर नवी मुंबई में होगा. कृष्णा सेज दैट Emiwe अपने गानों में एंटॉप हिल को रिप्रेजेंट करने की बात करते हैं, बट ही डजंट इवन स्टे देयर.
कृष्णा अटैक्स नो GST.
कृष्णा अटैक्स, कृष्णा अटैक करेगा, कृष्णा अटैक्स. GST इज अ टाइप ऑफ टैक्स, गुड्स एंड सर्विस टैक्स. गेट इट?
ये जानते हम बाप है नो PSG.
हम बाप हैं, वी आर हिज फादर्स. Wordplay on a football player named Mbappe who plays for PSG, जिनके साथ Emiwe कतर में फुटबॉल खेल रहे थे.
मुंबई के सड़कों पे PhD मतलब pretty huge dick in your BSc.
Emiwe ने चुसम्मा में बोला था कि उन्होंने मुंबई के सड़कों पे PhD किया है.
मुंबई के सड़कों पे PhD किए ले बचके गुम बचकाने.
Krishna flips the abbreviation of PhD into pretty huge dick, which goes into your यानी Emiwe's BACK यानी back.
मैंने मानी कभी हार नहीं, तेरे 17 मिली सब्स फिर भी कुछ लड़नी उखाड़ी.
Self-explanatory, not scared of your numbers.
6 महीने से हो रहा फ्लॉपी बिना डिस्क के, इसके हो रहे 10 मिली पार नहीं.
First meaning is pretty simple. Last 6 महीने से Emiwe flop हो रहा है and his non-diss tracks haven't reached the 10 million mark. Flop he is a wordplay on floppy. Disk K is a wordplay on disk. अब floppy disk आपको कैसे समझाऊं तो फॉर एग्जांपल अभी हार्ड ड्राइव है. हार्ड ड्राइव देखा होगा आपने. हार्ड ड्राइव के पापा है पेन ड्राइव. पेन ड्राइव के पापा होते CD और CD के पापा होते थे floppy disk.
Another 5 points to Rohan for this.
That's floppy disk. I hope you get it. Moving on.
सब छीनू तेरा कह ले तू चील मुझे, किसी भी नजर से लगता नहीं रियल मुझे.
Krishna will snatch everything from Emiwe. Compares himself to an eagle या चील, क्योंकि वो भी कभी कभार ऐसे बच्चे उड़ा के ले जाते हैं. And then says that Emiwe is not real. He's not keeping it real.
म्यूजिक करे हील मुझे, चल झुक बेटा आजा दे तू फील तुझे.
Here Krishna mocks Emiwe by using Emiwe's track from his new album. The track is called Heal. After which he asks Emiwe to bend down. अब bend down करने को क्यों बोला होगा वो तो आपको पता ही है. I've realized इस beef के breakdowns थोड़े ऐसे cheap gay porn की audio book जैसे sound कर रहे होंगे आप लोगों को. Let's move on.
हमारे सांप हो गए frightened python. Sunny listen में Ali with no fighting license.
Emiwe ने बोला था that he is like Python.
जान सांपों में हड्डियां तोड़ेगा तेरा पाइथन.
Krishna says that he has killed many snakes. This could also be a religious reference because Lord Krishna also killed Kaliya, एक ऐसा सांप जिसके 100 मुंह थे. And because he has killed snakes, Python are now scared of him.
Sunny listen में Ali with no fighting license.
Okay, now gear up for some boxing anecdotes. Sunny Liston remains to be one of the hardest punchers in boxing ever. He was the world champion when Muhammad Ali entered professional boxing, referring to the fact that Emiwe is favorite because of his numbers and Krishna is like Muhammad Ali, an underdog. Ali ended up defeating Liston not once but twice. Also, Sunny Liston को हराने के 2 साल बाद मोहम्मद अली के फाइटिंग लाइसेंस को सस्पेंड कर दिया गया for 3 years. Now इस सस्पेंशन के बाद जब वो वापस आए उसके बाद मोहम्मद अली won his biggest fights against Joe Frazier and George Foreman. Basically, Ali became more dangerous after his fighting license got suspended. Krishna also plays with Sunny Liston's name by saying Sunny Listen.
Sunny listen में Ali with no fighting license.
Basically calling Emiwe his son and asking him to listen. Sunny Liston, Sunny Listen.
चाहिए punchline तो मैं माइक पे टाइसन, ये भागे करे डैश डालूं लाइफ पे हाइफन तू.
Simple बार punchlines चाहिए तो Krishna is like Tyson on the mic. Mike Tyson is yet another boxing legend.
ये भागे करे डैश डालूं लाइफ पे हाइफन तू.
कृष्णा को देखकर उनके ऑप्स भागने लगते हैं. डैश करना also means भागना, बट डैश वाला जो सिंबल होता है उसको हम हाइफन भी बोलते हैं. लाइफ पे हाइफन का मतलब यहाँ पे है ECG में जब आपकी हार्ट बीट्स डिस्प्ले करने वाली जो मशीन होती है उस पे एक स्ट्रेट लाइन डैश डैश डैशेस आने लग जाए, इसका मतलब है कि आपकी हार्ट बीट्स नहीं चल रही है, यानी बंदा मर चुका है. देयरफॉर लाइफ पे हाइफन डालना मतलब मार देना.
छोटा सा छोटू यकीन कर, 4 फुटिया तू गुड़िया पकड़ के अब नींद कर.
Pretty easy to understand bar. Mocking Emiwe's height here.
यदि तू लगे रहे मेरे इन टट्टों पे पैर तेरे फिर भी नहीं पहुंच रहे जमीन पर.
A very visual bar yet again on Emiwe's height, that even if Emiwe swings by Krishna's balls, तब भी उसके पांव जमीन तक नहीं पहुंचेंगे।
मेरे पास एक सॉलिड सवाल, बोल कहाँ है तेरी नॉलेज गवार, गानों में करता सिर्फ लौड़े की बात, ये नारनिया नहीं आजा क्लोजेट से बाहर।
आई रियली लाइक दिस बार। हियर कृष्णा सेज दैट एमीवे अपने गानों में लौड़े की बात करता है, ये नारनिया नहीं है, आजा क्लोजेट के बाहर। क्लोजेट मतलब होता है वार्डरोब। नाउ नारनिया एक मूवी है जिसके प्लॉट के हिसाब से क्लोजेट के अंदर एक जादुई दुनिया होती है। ऑल्सो कमिंग आउट ऑफ क्लोजेट मतलब होता है रिवीलिंग अ सीक्रेट टू फैमिली, फ्रेंड्स या पब्लिक। तो बेसिकली कृष्णा वांट्स एमीवे टू एडमिट दैट ही इज गे। तो अपने गानों में लौड़े की बात करता है, नाउ कम आउट ऑफ क्लोजेट।
पहले हुआ कॉकी और फिर हुआ फ्लॉपी, कृष्णा को नहीं जानता था, नाउ यू नो ऑफ मी।
फर्स्ट एमीवे बिकेम कॉकी यानी एरोगेंट, देन ही फ्लॉप्ड। उसके बाद कृष्णा रेफर्स टू एमीवेज लाइव स्ट्रीम जहां पे ही सेज कि वो किसी कृष्णा को नहीं जानते, सिर्फ कृष्णा भगवान को जानते हैं।
आपको रिसेंटली कृष्णा ने डिस किया था, आपने सुना था?
कौन?
कृष्णा कलमकार।
मेरे को तो एक ही कृष्णा मालूम है जो अपने भगवान है, गॉड कृष्णा, उनको मैं जानता हूँ, बाकी मैं किसी को नहीं जानता।
कृष्णा सेज कि पहले तो नहीं जानता था, अब डिस कैसे बना दिया फिर मेरे अगेंस्ट।
तेरे डिस का बेस्ट पार्ट जब किया तूने मेरे और अवतार वाला ड्रिल फ्लो कॉपी।
एमीवे मॉक्ड देम यूजिंग सजाए मौत्स फ्लो।
काहे का गोट गला तो फाड़ नहीं बनेगा पॉप, बॉलिन नेमार मेसी है, लाइफ तेरी जिंदगी है बेकार।
कृष्णा सेज दैट द बेस्ट पार्ट of Emiwe's diss was when he was sounding like us.
सामना तुम करोगे तो सामने ही मरोगे, मेरे सब यहाँ कश्मीर का मैं thoroughbred।
If you face me, you will die right there. Because कृष्णा के अंदर कश्मीर के morals हैं। Thoroughbred मतलब होता है morals. Also, Kashmir was the name of a champion horse that won multiple races. इस horse की breed was again thoroughbred horse breed.
मैंने झाड़ा अपना शीशी में लन तो पैदा हुआ बंटी, बेटा तुम सरोगेट।
Surrogate child is a child जिसका कोई एक पेरेंट फर्टाइल नहीं होता। तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ डैड इज इनफर्टाइल, अ डोनर would offer sperm to the mother. झाड़ा शीशे में L is a reference to donating semen, and also Krishna wants to indicate that he is Emiwe's real dad.
ये रैपर अब हंसने लगा है जब से दिमाग में तेरे वो बसने लगा है।
नो कैप में भी दिमाग में बसने की बात हुई थी इन दिस बार।
मेरे नंबर्स हुए डबल करे एनवी, नाउ अभी लिविंग अप इन द माइंड, वो भी रेंट फ्री। हाँ मैं
दिस इज अ रिस्पॉन्स टू दिस बार बाय एमीवे।
लगा है कोल्ड बाइबल आ रहा पर अभी हंसने लगा है।
आगे बढ़ते हैं।
सदमा है सत्य से दिख नहीं रहा सच, क्योंकि बिना कांच वाला इसको चश्मा लगा है।
एमीवे is sometimes seen wearing specs without glasses or lenses.
What?
Just for style. Krishna says कि एमीवे को सच नहीं दिखाई दे रहा because चश्मे में लेंसेज ही नहीं है।
लगती तू मियां खलीफा, चाहिए है किन्नी तारीफा।
कृष्णा सेज कि वो एमीवे की तारीफ कर रहे हैं by calling him मियां खलीफा।
I don't need a ticket or visa just to go and kick it like FIFA.
Kick it मतलब होता है चिल करना, to have a good time. Kick it like FIFA is the Takashi 69 song. कृष्णा सेज कि उनको चिल करने के लिए कतर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, referring to again the fact that एमीवे was kicking it like FIFA in Qatar.
Whole family holding flowers, तेरे golden bars को दे दूं golden shower.
Now normies gang would know what golden shower means. Proud students, whole family holding flowers because it's Emiwe's funeral, and then Emiwe had referred to his punchlines as golden bars.
Pablo who got only golden bars.
Krishna says कि golden bars को कृष्णा golden shower देंगे. Golden shower is a kink जिसमें एक इंसान दूसरे इंसान से अपने ऊपर सुसु करवाता है। तो बेसिकली एमीवे के बार्स के ऊपर कृष्णा मूव देंगे, ये कहने का मतलब था।
अब बढ़िया सा मिलेगा तुझे शॉट इन मदरफकर, I ain't talking about no golden hour.
बढ़िया सा मिलेगा तुझे शॉट यानी डिस। Also, shot is a double entendre. The other meaning is video वाला shot या photography वाला shot. And the golden hour वाला जो line है that establishes that it is a double entendre. Golden hour is that time of the day जहाँ अच्छी लाइटिंग होती है ताकि बढ़िया सा शॉट मिल जाए। Get it?
तू कोठे में बैठा मैं बैठा हूँ कोठी में, लाइनें क्यों मार रहा है अभी भी चौथी के।
कोठा मीन्स होता है ब्रॉथल जहाँ पे प्रोस्टिट्यूट्स रहती हैं, कोठी मतलब होता है बंगला। Then Krishna says कि एमीवे की डिस had schoolboy insults, चौथी वाले insults.
तेरा नाम और लोगो भी कॉपी है।
Krishna says नाम copy because एमीवे का नाम Emmy comes from Eminem and Way comes from Lil Wayne. Logo copy is an accusation on Emiwe Bantai's merch brand logo being similar to Russ's brand called Demon.
सब देखे मैंने जब था मैं वो टोकरी में।
जुसंबा में एमीवे ने बोला था कि ये लोग छोकरी हैं, वो भी एक टोकरी में।
ये सब साले छोकरी है, वो भी एक टोकरी में।
Krishna owns it and turns it into a Lord Krishna reference. While Lord Krishna's father, Vasudeva, was trying to save Lord Krishna from Kans, They were crossing the Yamuna river and Vasudev was carrying Krishna in a tokri or a basket. It was raining pretty heavy and that's when Adishesh Nag acted as a shield. जब मैं टोकरी में था तब मुझे सांप दिखे. सांप obviously here refers to MUA for all the negative reasons.
ये रैपर नहीं टिकटॉक की छोकरी है, बिस्तर में करता ये नौकरी है.
Simple, टिकटॉक की छोकरी बिस्तर में नौकरी, ये तो समझ ही गए होगे.
चल बोजड़ी के.
You is from MUA's song Free Verse Fees Dawat. It was made fun of by a lot of meme pages. Here Krishna also mocks it and places a chal के meme after that. इसको हमने रफ्तार के डिस एमी भी देखा.
वो करना चाहता ग्राइंड तो ले रहा उसकी मस्ती में. बंटी आर यू फाइन, चिल्ला रहा जैसे गश्ती है $% अब बंटी बहुत फ्रस्ट.
Here Krishna imitates MUA's flow in his commercial track Grind.
वो करना चाहती ग्राइंड, मैं भी बैठा मस्ती में. खड़ी है बिहाइंड तो फिर आग लगी बस्ती में.
I wouldn't say that the imitation or the impression is on point, but lyrics में solid taunting चल रही है.
Are you fine? चिल्ला रहा जैसे गश्ती है $% अब बंटी बहुत फ्रस्टी है.
Also, did you notice कि ग्राइंड के बीट के पीछे चारपाई हिलने के साउंड को सैंपल किया गया बीट पे? The whole section could be summed up by saying that MUA is a prostitute and Krishna is fucking him from the back.
एक मिनट स्वालोना का फोन आ रहा है ब्रो.
Okay, yet again a Swalina taunt.
Yeah, round 2 now, bound to get at you. सांप वाली मेडुसा ये बन रखी स्टैचू.
सांप वाली Medusa is a diss on MUA's hairstyle. Medusa was made to look ugly and इस वजह से उनके सांप वाले बाल कर दिए थे.
मुझसे क्यों भिड़ा, क्यों बंटी है चिड़ा, रुपया है गिर रहा बड़ी डॉलर की वैल्यू.
MUA ने लास्ट डिस में अपने आप को रुपया बोला था एंड कृष्णा को डॉलर विदेश का बोला था.
खाली हवा भरेला तू पैकेट लेस का, अपने रुपया तो डॉलर विदेश का.
कृष्णा सेज कि MUA is now fighting with Krishna because rupees की वैल्यू नीचे गिर रही है और डॉलर is on the rise, which is true even according to the economy.
ली जगह में ना आया जगह मांग के, किया तुझे कॉर्नर फंसाया तुझे जान के.
Krishna made his own space in the scene.
किया तुझे कॉर्नर फंसाया तुझे जान के.
किया तुझे कॉर्नर. Being on the ropes या being on the corner in boxing is a bad news because वहां से आप ज्यादा अच्छी तरह freely move नहीं कर पाते and that's when you have high chances of getting hit. Krishna says कि उन्होंने tactically MUA को corner किया है. Also corner is a word play on Conor McGregor जिसका रेफरेंस MUA ने अपने लास्ट सॉन्ग में दिया था.
लोड़े का खबीब डिसलॉयल टू स्पीड सा लगता है मुझे तू आया है दगास्तान से.
MUA ने अपने लास्ट डिस में अपने आप को खबीब से कंपेयर किया था.
पर खबीब मैकग्रेगर तू तेरा एंड.
Krishna says that he is not Khabib because he is not loyal to his own people. अगर आपको खबीब का एग्जांपल दिया जाए तो खबीब announced his UFC retirement after his father's death. Then Krishna says कि हाँ एक सिमिलैरिटी है, MUA भी दगास्तान से है. So Khabib is particularly from Republic of Dagestan. Daga in Hindi means betrayal. Daga, Dagestan, Republic of Dagestan. समझे.
Nice.
5G जमाना तू 3G पैक पे दिया मेकओवर मैंने ली थी पैक.
5G जमाना तू 3G पैक पे basically means MUA बंटाए का इंटरनेट स्लो चल रहा है and that's why he replied to makeover after 2.5 years.
से समझ नहीं आ रहा क्यों लटक रहा है नाड़ा तेरी bitch के लिए. She wants easy access.
लास्ट जिसमें MUA ने कृष्णा के नाड़े लटकने वाली बात को पॉइंट आउट किया था.
ए नंदू तेरा नाड़ा लटक रहा है.
Krishna counters that by saying that it's for easy access. Now easy access is
Evil,
the kind
man.
of
It's
clothing
evil.
that is comfortable and easy to wear and remove. तेरी bitch के लिए she wants easy access means so that MUA's girlfriend can access Krishna's dick easily.
देख कैसे लगता है खर्चों पे टैक्स, तेरे लेवल वाले तो सारे हैं बरसों से वैक.
देख कैसा लगता है खर्चों पे टैक्स refers to the fact that first you spend money to buy something and then you have to spend money to pay taxes on the money you have already spent. Basically double loss. Krishna compares that double loss to MUA's label and says that BR के artists are whack.
शौक नहीं करने का बच्चों से बहस नहीं तो गांड में घुसता जैसे कच्छों के टैग.
I feel this is a response to the recent track Hood Mein To Aa where BR artists took shots on Krishna. Krishna says that वो बच्चों से बात नहीं करते otherwise he would have ass fucked them and then compares it to कच्छों के tag. कच्छों के tag guys is a sad story that we all can relate to I guess.
डिवाइन ने शो पे मिलाया था ग्रुप ही तू बैक स्टेज आया था.
Here Krishna is addressing Divine ने backstage मिलाया था section that MUA had in his diss. Groupie मतलब होता है एक ऐसा इंसान mostly a girl who is looking to meet and have sex with someone popular. So in this context Prabdeep Krishna and Divine were popular and he's addressing
just hang out,
MV as a groupie.
वो शो के लाइनअप पे प्रभ में डिवाइन थे, तू तो सिर्फ फोटो खिंचाया था.
Krishna says that it was their show and MV was just there to watch it and get his pictures clicked.
ना लेबल ना मैनेजमेंट, व्यंजन था वायरल, मैं कर रहा था शोज इंडिपेंडेंट.
And here we go again with the independent debate. Krishna says that उस time पे Krishna without a label and without even a proper manager viral थे because of his Vyanjan track that had popped up into the scene.
तू आर्टिस्ट अलाउड पे साइन था, पहली बार मैंने मिलाए थे सावन के लोग.
Artist Allowed was MEV's first and last music label. Krishna says कि PR बनाने के लिए, मतलब रिलेशन बनाने के लिए सावन जो कि एक स्ट्रीमिंग प्लेटफॉर्म है उसके लोगों से कृष्णा ने MEV को इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया था.
मुंबई से दिल्ली तक गाना वो मेरा था पहले से, बातें बदलती नहीं कहने से, बोला को लैब हम करते तू डाले फिर शर्त की गाना है तेरे ही चैनल से.
Pretty straightforward. Krishna is talking about how मुंबई से दिल्ली तक was actually Krishna's track, जो कि I think MEV ने खुद भी राज जोन्स के इंटरव्यू में बोला है, तो I don't know where the confusion was.
खुदा नहीं माना, दिया था गाना, बदले में कुछ भी मांगा, एक बार नहीं 4 साल तूने कमाया उस गाने से, किया है तूने मुझ पे कोई एहसान नहीं.
Basically MEV ने अपने गाने में ऐसा बोला था कि कृष्णा के साथ गाना करके MEV ने कृष्णा पे एहसान किया है because Krishna asked for this collab, whereas Krishna now here is saying that MEV earned money from this song, so कृष्णा ने actually MEV पे फेवर किया है. आपको किसकी बात सही लगती है वो आप मान सकते हैं.
ये ले अब फैक्स ले, तू बहुत करे कैप अपने टैक्स पे, मैंने क्यों किया डिस, I'm the only one doing it right now, बोल के थप्पा लगा रहा था तू रैप पे.
Again fairly simple. Here Krishna is revealing why Krishna dissed MEV in Free Verse Feast Langar for the first time. And here he says MEV ने अपने Free Verse Feast में बोला था that he is the only one representing India right now, and कृष्णा को वो बात पसंद नहीं आई.
कबर में सुलाऊं like good night grandson,
कबर में सुलाऊं I am going to bury you. We generally sleep with our grandparents. सुलाऊं like good night grandson.
make a kidnap, I don't care for ransom.
Make a kidnap. Nap मतलब होता है सोना, तो बच्चों को सुलाऊं. Also kidnap यानी अगवा करना. I don't care for ransom. Ransom मतलब होती है फिरौती. कृष्णा doesn't care about money. वो MEV को मारने के लिए ही यहाँ पे आए हैं.
सफेद होगी शक्ल no Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson is a singer and also the lead HR of Illuminati on Earth. Jokes apart, when someone dies, their face becomes pale. खून की कमी की वजह से उनका मुंह सफेद हो जाता है. शक्ल होगी सफेद, and then he says not like Marilyn Manson because Marilyn Manson is in that.
Finally शाहरुख बने fair and handsome.
शाहरुख finally बने fair and handsome. A diss on MEV's dark skin color. MEV's real name is Shahrukh. Krishna says कि मरने के बाद he will finally become fair and handsome. Also, fair and handsome is a fairness cream जिसका brand ambassador was Shahrukh Khan.
बंटी बधाई हो, मैंने improve करवाई है तेरी लिखाई को.
KRSNA was MEV's best lyrical work yet. Krishna takes credit for that and says कि मेरी वजह से तेरी writing इतनी improve हुई है. And then puts a ghost writing allegation.
को आधी lines तो वो तेरी भी नहीं है, किसने लिखाई है तेरी punch lines वो. My gosh, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh से कृष्णा का मतलब है Gosh, who is the winner of 1 Minute Rap Challenge Season 2. And he's also a Bantai record artist. Krishna alleges that Gosh wrote a few bars from KR Loda Sign.
बंटी तू कैसा है राइवल, इसके लेवल का बेस्ट रैपर रखता है झाट पर इसको और मानता है मुझको वो आइडल.
Now Gosh has openly displayed his respect for every established artist in the scene, चाहे वो कृष्णा हो, रफ्तार हो, मूफाड़ हो या MEV हो. But Krishna here says कि MEV के लेवल का बंदा कृष्णा को आइडल मानता है और MEV को भाव नहीं देता.
बेइज्जती कैसे तू सहती है रोज, मिलेगी चूत अपनी पैंटी में खोज.
Pretty simple. MEV is a girl bar.
सुपर्नखा तू नाच कटवाई है नाक पर, मैं क्यों दूं इसकी फैमिली को दोष.
Supernakha, according to Ramayana, was Ravan's sister who fell in love with Lord Ram. उनको लुभाने के लिए she also performed a dance. And story के end में लक्ष्मण सुपर्नखा की गुस्से में आके नाक काट देता है. नाक कटवाना is also a कहावत जिसका मतलब होता है बेइज्जती करवाना. Krishna says that you can't blame his family because he's not the only one embarrassing them. Now here I feel family से कृष्णा का मतलब है his friends and label mates because the following bars are dedicated to them.
सुना तेरी नीले बाल वाली सहेली भी तुझे हर रात पहेलियां सुनाती है.
नीले बाल वाली सहेली refers to Minta. हर रात पहेलियां सुनाना is a reference to I feel विक्रम बेताल, जिसमें बेताल एक भूत होता है जिसके भी अगेन अजीब बाल होते हैं. वो हर रात विक्रम को पहेली सुनाता है एंड देन आखिरी में सवाल पूछता है. This is how बेताल look by the way.
मिंटू हर फोटो में दांत क्यों दिखाती है, लगता है बंटी का तू ही चबाती है.
मिंटू is again मिंटा। एल चबाने का जिक्र एमिवे ने चुसंबा में किया था। कृष्णा सेज कि शायद बंटी यानी एमिवे का मिंटा ही चबाता है।
इस पे तो लगाम है मजबूत, आदमियों के हमाम में मत घुस।
इस पे लगाम में मजबूत, लगाम जो कि घोड़े के मुंह पे लगाया जाता है तो कंट्रोल इट। इन एमिवे's ट्रैक कहां पर हूं, एमिवे एक्चुअली becomes a horse in one of the scenes, so it could be a reference to that.
आदमियों के हमाम में मत घुस।
आदमियों के हमाम में मत घुस। हमाम basically means bathing room for gents, so he's addressing Emiwe as a lady. Emiwe should not enter the gents bathing room.
बंटी का हजाम है अद्भुत, झांझ जैसे बाल पूरी हवा में हंसमुख।
Here is a diss at Emiwe's hairstylist. कृष्णा says कि एमिवे का हेयर स्टाइलिस्ट उनके बाल झाड़ जैसे, प्यूबिक हेयर जैसे कर देता है। इस वजह से कृष्णा की पूरी फैन बेस उस पर हंसती है।
तेरा करियर बनाया रफ्तार ने, हाँ जाके अब चूम उसके तलवे।
Pretty simple. Emiwe popped up into the scene because of Raftar and he should be forever grateful.
तू नरम एंड वीक, थोड़ा शर्म तो सीख, जैसे यार तेरे पहनते फूल में भी कपड़े।
Emiwe is weak and he should stop being shameless. थोड़ी शर्म कर लेनी चाहिए। And then he refers to BR artist in Chusamba video जो पूल साइड में भी पूरे कपड़े पहने हुए थे।
गाने में केले पाव केला खाओ, नजदीकी तालुका तेरे बनाना से।
Emiwe used the phrase केले पाव few times in his diss.
बस कर बे केले पाओ, खुद तो आना भिड़ने हो, कहा नल्ले पाओ को भेज रहे केले पाओ।
Krishna flips it and says कि Emiwe का केले के साथ पुराना रिश्ता है, indicating that he's a monkey because monkeys eat bananas.
ये दिल्ली की सल्तनत में ही अल्तमश, तू तो जनानी जनाना में।
Delhi Sultanate is the regime of Islamic empire ruling India and the neighboring countries.
Nice.
Altamash, aka Iltutmish, was one of the early sultans of Delhi Sultanate. And पहले लाहौर capital हुआ करती थी। Iltutmish was the one who made Delhi the capital of regime. And Delhi और कृष्णा का नाता तो आप जानते ही हो। Also, during this regime, women were not actually treated very well. So तू जनानी है, Emiwe is a lady. जनाना is a place in the house जहाँ पे मुगल regime में औरतों को रखा जाता था। औरतें इसी पार्ट ऑफ द हाउस में रह सकती थी।
Because I've been thinking about rap sounding hip about.
कांडू अंग्रेजी नहीं आती तो बेइज्जती कराती।
This is probably the only good imitation in the track. Here Krishna is mocking the triplet flow that Emiwe attempted in his track Choco.
I never leave my position cause I've been thinking about how can I do more better rap sounding hip hop.
Krishna mocks at Emiwe yet again for not rapping well in English. Krishna says that Emiwe embarrasses himself whenever he tries to rap in English.
तेरी एल्बम थी फ्लॉप, उससे ज्यादा तो बहुत ही बन रखी हाइप इस कैप की।
Emiwe in his diss had taunted the beef cap too.
उखाड़ भी नहीं पाएगा even if you put your cap on. कुछ बड़े लोग के जैसा बात कर बे बचकाने।
Krishna says कि Emiwe की 8 साल एल्बम इज अ फ्लॉप एंड इस कैप की हाइप Emiwe की एल्बम की हाइप से ज्यादा है।
स्वीट क्या खाएगी भड़वी, ये खुद ही मिठाई।
Emiwe ने बोला था कि कृष्णा डिजर्ट है एंड ही इज गोइंग टू ईट हिम।
डिनर करूंगा तो डिनर नहीं है साले, तू डेजर्ट है मीठे पहले खाऊंगा मैं स्वीट।
कृष्णा सेज कि वो क्या मिठाई खाएगा, वो खुद ही मिठाई है।
मुंबई की लौंडिया बन रही है भाई बिलाल।
Emiwe said this in his last diss.
मालूम है करता दबाई में, दिल्ली का गुड़वा तू मुंबई का भाई में।
कृष्णा सेज कि तू भाई नहीं, तू लौंडिया है।
भाई बिलाल की कर्रा में टाइम से लाल, मैं जीतू ये जंग जैसे 26 जुलाई।
Bilal is Emiwe's real name. Time से कर रहा लाल means giving him an ass beating time to time.
मैं जीतू ये जंग जैसे 26 जुलाई।
मैं जीतू ये जंग, जंग यानी बीफ, जैसे 26 जुलाई, the day India celebrates Kargil दिवस।
लेने की शौकीन अवाम, fuck Emiwe बोलो mockingly नाम।
Simple to understand, he asks his fan base to scream fuck Emiwe.
लिल बंटी से फटी थी गांड, तभी 8 मिनट चिल्लाई ये राम।
Now, response to Emiwe's diss where he calls Lil Bunty a bachkana diss track.
इतना सॉफ्ट कौन बनाता बेटा डेज भारी डेज बनाने का, तो लो पप्पा से टिप्स।
Krishna says that Lil Bunty put Emiwe in so much pressure that he had to respond with an 8-minute track.
अब ये दूसरी बाजी है, जब भी तू आएगा हम लेने को राजी है।
Open warning that Krishna will respond to further disses as well without any hesitation.
पूरी जिंदगी बनाना डिस, तेरे 8 के लिए मेरे 6 मिनट काफी है।
तेरे 8 के लिए 8 साल the album. Also that's how long Emiwe has been making music for.
Nice.
Krishna says कि Emiwe की पूरी एल्बम आर्ट, ऑल्सो वर्ड प्ले ऑन आर्ट के लिए कृष्णा के 6 मिनट काफी है।
मचाएंगे 4, इसे लंड पे नचाएंगे और मचाएंगे 4, इसे लंड पे नचाएंगे और।
सिंपल हुक है, इतना तो समझ ही गए होगे।
माँ बाप के बारे में बोलेगा, इसे लग रहा ये मार नहीं खाएगा, और ड्रेस है तेरा मेरे पास, अगर मैं आऊंगा भाग नहीं पाएगा।
ओके, दैट्स अ प्रीटी क्लियर कट फिजिकल वायलेंस थ्रेट कि अगर पेरेंट्स को डिस किया तो बात रैप के बाहर तक पहुंच सकती है।
बंटी तो पूरा है पुसी, पेपर भी दोगे ये फाड़ नहीं पाएगा।
Emiwe is weak क्योंकि वो पेपर तक नहीं फाड़ सकते।
और मेरा गाना प्रमोट करने के लिए थैंक यू bitch.
Now KR Loda Sign के एडलिब्स में एमिवे ने बहुत सारे कृष्णा के सॉन्ग नेम्स को यूज किया था।
बेजान तेरे गाने मेरे बिना, ये गाने की भी जरूरत नहीं थी पहले से हुए ना। दिस गेम में हम बैठे ले बाप, हाँ ब्रेकफास्ट और लंच खत्म खाऊंगा मैं डिनर। ब्रेकफास्ट मतलब छोटे पहला बीफ दम है।
Here Krishna thanks Emiwe for promoting his song, obviously sarcastically. So that's it for the breakdown, and the final score is, now to answer the question of was this better than Ma Kasam? So my opinions were dynamic throughout the day, but I heard Ma Kasam a couple of more times, and now I feel that I have an answer. That 2 years later, there is still no diss even close to that. So for me, in a battle of Ma Kasam versus Machayenge 4, Ma Kasam would easily top Machayenge 4 for the kind of lyricism and the impact it
I agree.
had. Would I stick to this opinion during my top 10 disc countdown? I'm really not sure. Wait till the end of the year to find out. If you are with me till now, make sure you follow me on Instagram. My handle is @ROHANCARIAPPA. I
Way to
post
pre-sell. Okay,
Nice.
very nice. Well
Such
done,
a radio
Rohan.
way of going about it.
हाँ.
Listen, Rohan himself got 20 points from us in the
है ना?
middle. बातें करते करते. Well done. Like those few points were so beautifully put
Can you
across.
believe
Very
he knew
nice.
floppy disk? Shabash. या तो उसे Google किया है या ही genuinely knew. I mean, whatever it is. Well done.
I would think it. No, yeah. Come on.
Yeah, how old is Rohan? We don't know. Okay.
Don't know, but very nice. Like I like the whole. And there were so many points which while listening, I was like, many I got, but many things were like khulasa ho raha tha cheezon ka. Because we also don't know the histories of everyone. So those things were very interesting. wo jo sari baatein boli ja rahi thi, that was very nice.
I know you were jotting down. No, I've changed my mind about the beat a little bit. I liked it, especially the different places where there were variations and random changes
Ad-libs.
that were happening.
Okay.
Yeah, and even like the last bit where he actually said Machayenge 4 and then the whole thing there, which was done in the.
It was very catchy though.
It was actually kind of the lines are not lines I would sing along to, but it was that's the thing. Like
but
I
you can't help but move.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, okay. I actually did that because anyway, so so that happened, but there is so much. I have like 10 times more appreciation for the track after the breakdown.
100%, me too.
Damn,
Yes.
like really, really, really insane. I love the mythology references, the Tokri one. How did he turn it around like that? It's just, I love
Very cool.
these, like, when the comebacks are smart and they're like I said, layered, and they actually end up teaching you something new. That's like, nothing like that. So I didn't know this Altamash thing, another history lesson for me there. That was really nice. You and I just talked about Janani in a recent video, and obviously people corrected us because that Janani was born nahi hua tha. That was not Janani the word, but here
that was also a double play. That was also a double play, and I know which one you're talking about, and I still have the same issue with that one. It was a double play. In one side, it's just Jana nahi, which is fine, but it was also spoken like Janani, right? But anyway,
but that was in continuation. I don't think it was a double entendre. But anyway, that we'll
separate thing. Yeah.
I just made me smile because that came here again, and a lot of people commented there saying हम इसे ज़नानी बोलते हैं यहाँ पे. तो ये अब मुझे ये बार से पता चला कि वो language में क्यों आया है, क्योंकि ज़नाना was that room where they were kept.
Right.
So history lesson plus language lesson happened while listening to the breakdown.
Right.
So that was nice. What else? I'm just scrolling through quickly. The Kinniya Tarifa was hilarious. Even the grind usage, even the other, what was that other bit? Really fun. The one where he said that the best part of your disc was where you copied my track. So that was, I mean, that was a really like funny taunts, and not some, a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. And what else? So in this thing, he's calling him Beta, and the whole Papa, the daddy son thing is going on. Both are calling each other their sons. And then Krishna's also switching it up during the song and calling him a female, which he did a lot with Mufar also. Ki pehle sulfe sambhal le tu, and all that was happening there. So that whole like usage of the different attack angles is still happening.
Correct. Well, this was a very strong track, I felt, but the feeling, jo emotion tha na Little Bunty ka, वो उसमें वो जो देख के वो जो feel आई थी, I have to say that I'm not going with bars किसमें ज़्यादा थे या intention क्या थी और किस तरह it was given back. I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking about purely when you listen to a track and immediately you know that first impression of like, wow, what a track. That for me happened with Little Bunty.
Because it was more of a vibey track. This was more of an attack.
Exactly. Yeah. And this one also kind of giving back. This was addressing many, many, many issues. So while this was very intense and it had like an answer back for everything, and it's almost like, you know, when you're reading a book and like a very small book, but like up ek page ko achhi tarah pad rahe ho and you're kind of going through the whole thing. So this was more like a proper, you know, lesson, literally. That one was more like a song. So that one I enjoyed as a song. This one was more like there's so much depth in it. And every bar had so much meaning, which wasn't just for speaking, but it was also because of the beef that is going on. And it's been ongoing for so long that one actually gets to know the whole history, geography of it. So that way, like,
listen,
track, huh?
I know. I'm never going to look at PhD the same way again after this. Just ruined that degree for me. And then I just scrolling through the lyrics.
And uska jo next line thi, I love the way it was spoken, because just to make it rhyme, BAC was spoken.
The K came in that.
And K came as a, and that was so smart.
And like, I was wow. There was one more part where there was an ad-lib that I have to mention. It was very, very slightly inserted there. Somewhere where he's talking about a banana and the monkey ka sound effect came at the back. I don't know if you caught it, but there was a monkey voice there. It was hilarious.
And that made the entire meaning of it. And like in the breakdown when we heard, that's what the meaning of it was. So imagine meaning ko drop karne ke liye jo hint hai wo ad-libs it's just that's too intelligent.
And it was also a reference to the Nakalchi Bandar wale things now in the previous song. So
correct.
The thing is, you and I caught so much more in the second listen. People, you guys who are watching, you've probably already heard it 10, 15, 20, I don't know, 50, 100 times. And you guys also probably have discovered something more on each listen. So don't blame us if we have missed. I want to also say that Rohan did not talk about the visual elements, which also in Lil Bunty we discussed after. You know, when the scene opened, he was coming out of the vanity van, which was Sida makeover ka flashback. है ना? And then he had the ninja thingy on, which by the way is a look.
उससे just पहले was so ninja वाले से just पहले he's like he's standing in a very khandar type place, like it's a very dilapidated type place ऊपर से, and then like he's kind of
So and then he had the Markasam outfit on, so he was doing throwbacks to his diss tracks.
Correct.
No? Visually and costume wise and all that. There was one part that was a little confusing for me, and I was like,
when they spoke about the whole black thing, I was like, us, like, you know, when Rohan spoke about the whole like, you know, black is worn by people who are like, and I was like, so like
at funerals.
So I was just like laughing about it in a silly way. No, more like what he spoke about, that how undertakers wear black basically, and I was like, what are the odds of that?
I know. So we did not plan this, just by the way.
Not at all. Okay.
We are also thematic like that. Okay. So 1 second, there was a line that I wanted to go. Is there anything else about the video you think? The cap came out right at the starting, so that was like, whoa, it's on. You know, like I can imagine the hype that people must have felt.
The cap also had a little monkey on it, no? One of the caps, like usually he always wears that cap, which is like, it has, I think, NYC written on it or something.
No, then there was beef cap, the camouflage.
The beef cap
has a teddy with he's giving
teddy bear. Correct.
That's the logo of the brand, I think, or that's one of their motives.
No idea.
तो वही तो beef cap है, that green camo cap with the teddy giving the finger.
So I know about the beef cap, but I didn't know that the specific one
on it. Okay. So that's what it came right at the start. He's like showing the cap to the camera, and I was like, oh damn. Okay, so that golden shower line was a very we know which bars I like, because I think during the breakdown only I talked about them.
Yes.
But that 5G Zamana to 3G back pay was hilarious, because it's like 2.5 years ago. So brilliant. If Rohan missed anything, let us know. This time he's not sent me anything missed because it's too soon. But Hibri Bao. I was wondering what that. That was a third flow that I liked, the Hibri Bao, because when he did it while watching it, I didn't understand what it was about. And then in the breakdown, it's just really funny. Okay, cool. Very nice. We should not compare it to Makasam. That would not be fair. So in summation, what are your feelings about it after?
I feel like a circuit has been completed. Like ek wo hota hai na ki like you're going about the whole thing, and initially, you know, emotions are running very high and like everybody's super into and like all that is going on, and then words are exchanged from both sides, and then like then there is then a completion happens. So with this song, I feel like a completion has happened. Now, if anyone chooses to like, if MWay responds to this, or then if this continues, I don't know how that'll be. But like I kind of feel like ho gaya abhi. Or maybe that's just me.
I think that's just you. That'll go away. I feel like, yes, when we listen to, we as in Shruti and I, when we listen to the, like after Makasam and Bhoot Banega, we were like, ab ho gaya hamara, like ab bas. So that's the feeling you're referring to. I get it. I was just thinking that this beef is very different in its vibe from that beef. That beef was very heavily lyrical. This beef is very, like Rohan has emotional. Like it's emotional also, and it's a lot of khunnas, and it's also a lot of like like
getting
Rohan
back at each other for old things.
Yeah, and I'll use Rohan's words because when I say the same thing, people don't like it. I called it, you know, high school insults. Rohan calls it schoolboy insults. So I feel like a lot of that is happening in this beef, which was lesser in the other beef. So theek hai, ab jo hai wo hai, and the way they're attacking and countering each other is they have to keep it in
entertaining
place. I just got this very funny like thought in my head when I saw him in the Makasam outfit, and you know, he was digging a grave and all. There's a very interesting quote on war. It says, during peace, sons bury their fathers. During war, fathers bury their sons. And just, I mean, it's not this thing, but that quote just came to mind. If you know, you know. It kind of fits in this situation. Anyway, so war is on, and we don't know who's gonna win. I think after this there might not be any replies anymore, because अब रह क्या गया है कहने के लिए? सब points तो निकल गए और सब चीजें counter भी हो गई. अब खत्म करते हैं. अब आपका like maybe go back to your lives and focus on your music. No, because there are no new things to now talk about.
Only time will tell, because whoever it's directed to is the person, you know, who is the rightful person to take offense to it or not. And whatever he finds offensive is what he will then respond back to. So, you know, no one other than him. Exactly. So no one other than him is the, you know, can say whether it's over or not. If he thinks it's not over, and if he wants to respond back, that's fair. Like, you know,
that's absolutely fair. Yeah. Because I mean, there was the parts that we didn't love in the song we've already talked about. And this time, like, names were taken. So there's
like, you know, how in
the gloves
I
are
like
off.
how and I really like how he explained the side. Remember how in MWay's song also we were like, I was saying that I really like the second half in which he's actually talking about the real stuff of what happened, you know, where that was a very interesting verse. And in this also, when he's answering that back, it's almost like, unfortunately, like, you know, washing dirty laundry in public, because wo in dono ke aapas ki baat hai sabki, lekin ab wo beef ke zariye bahar nikal rahi hai, you know.
You have to
and unfortunately it's very entertaining for us because we have no idea na, hum to nahi the unke is ladai mein. So it's like you're listening to acha usne ye kaha tha, are but this one's responding back with usne. So the whole gossipy angle of it, like, you know, of course, is always very entertaining, and that's what happened in this also.
No, which is exactly in that reaction we were like, this is where the tea comes in, the gossip and the bit that we didn't know. And now he's clarifying that bit. And we're like, oh, really? This is what happened. So he's like, divine se milaya tha, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I was the one performing in that gig, and you came backstage and took photos. And so anyway, there's a lot of stories then from people's personal histories that come out, and then till the reply comes, nobody knows. And then the reply, and then even like, none of us will ever know. So this beefs are literally that, like, personal laundry is being washed in public. So it is what it is. This is the game. And let us know what you guys thought of this track, your favorite bar. I would love to know that, because there are some really intelligent ones here. The Lil Bunty didn't have so much layers in it. So yeah, and one more thing I was going to say. I'm getting old, man. I keep The last time I put a ticker on top. This is what
I know, that's what I just said. That
Yeah.
asterisk put it on a ticker.
So guys, don't take this so seriously. Even our reaction, don't take it so seriously. We're just here to listen to music and have fun, and it's all about the art for us. I'm leaving this with saying, please let this not go beyond the music. That's my closing final thought, and because that's something that you don't want to anyway. But yeah, that's our hope. And on that note, we will take your leave. Let us know your favorite bars. Miss Bola is there on Instagram. Oh, I just want to say, be safe, be respectful, and be real. It's very, very important, because I think most people, while listening, we get so caught up in the emotion of it that we forget that real life is very different from all this. This is going on. This is part of it. So please just be respectful of other people and of yourself, and just relax. Calm down. Take a deep breath.
Calm down. Take deep breaths and be good.
Yeah. Yes. And really, like, real life, like, our lives are about other things also. And there was one more thing I was gonna say. Now that you started at that again, I forgot. Look at this. Horrible. It was very important. So I'm not gonna end this video till I remember. 1 second.
We'll wait and recall.
It was okay. It was about the way the teasing happened for this song to come out. I have to talk about that because it took people's mental stability to different levels. And I could see all this unfolding online, and I was finding it hilarious. So Ankit Khanna and Krishna had a thing on Twitter, a little like back and forth convo or just whatever. And so everyone thought this is following the pattern of the previous one. So he's going to drop a track the next day or at midnight or whatever. And the hype was real, dude. It was insane. People were like, and then when it didn't drop and like a promo track dropped, then like I was telling you last time, the fan base is doing mass conversion. So the people were so frustrated. It was hilarious. I died laughing. So I was like, he's trolling his own fan base. It's so mean. It's so mean. So exactly what you said earlier. He's so mean, man. Like, seriously. So they were all like, bus, we're leaving. Now we're done. We're not in Awam anymore. And then finally, I think he got a little like taras aa gaya. Then he announced the release date as Friday. So anyway, well played again. It gets the hype going. So, purpose served. But yeah. That's it. We're gonna take your leave. Do support the channel and take care of yourselves. Be real, as Bahula said, and be nice. Live long and prosper.